You know that feeling when you check your bank account and your heart sinks? When you're lying awake at night, wondering why money seems to flow so easily for others, but always slips through your fingers. I lived with that feeling for years. But what if I told you the problem isn't your income, your job, or even your spending habits? What if the real reason you're struggling with money is something so deeply hidden, you don't even know it's there? 3 months ago, I discovered something that changed everything about my relationship with money. Not another budgeting app, not another investment strategy, something far more powerful. Stay until the end, because this one realization didn't just change my bank account, it transformed my entire life. Let me take you to the exact moment everything changed. I was sitting in my car, staring at a declined payment notification on my phone. Not because I was broke. I had a good job, made decent money. But somehow, I was still living paycheck to paycheck, always feeling like I was running on a financial treadmill. That night, something different happened. Instead of just feeling frustrated, I asked myself a question that would change everything. Why do some people seem to attract money effortlessly, while I'm constantly struggling? I started watching wealthy people, not their cars or houses, but their behavior. And I noticed something fascinating. They didn't just handle money differently, they thought about it differently. While I saw money as something that always slipped away, they saw it as something that naturally flowed toward them. But here's what hit me hardest. I realized I had been carrying around money beliefs that were literally poisoning my financial life. Every time I said things like, "I'm bad with money," or "rich people are just lucky," I was programming my brain to keep me stuck. The worst part? These thoughts weren't even mine. They were handed down to me, from my parents, from society, from years of watching others struggle with money. I was living someone else's money story, and it was costing me everything. That night in my car became my turning point, because I finally understood something profound. My relationship with money wasn't just about dollars and cents. It was about something far deeper, something that was controlling every financial decision I made without me even realizing it. You won't believe what happened last Tuesday. I was having coffee with my grandfather, complaining about money as usual, when he pulled out an old, worn leather wallet from his drawer. Inside wasn't money. It was a collection of small notes he'd written over 40 years of running his business. What he showed me next blew my mind. On each note was a simple lesson about money that completely challenged everything I thought I knew. But one note in particular changed everything. It read, "Money is like water in a garden. It flows where attention grows." He explained something I'll never forget. Most people treat money like it's the garden itself. But it's not. It's just the water that helps things grow. When you obsess over the water instead of tending to your garden, nothing flourishes. That's when it hit me. I had spent years focusing on the wrong thing. I was constantly thinking about money itself instead of building my garden, my skills, my mindset, my ability to create value for others. My grandfather then shared something that made everything click. He said, "I never made money by chasing money. I made it by solving problems. The bigger the problems you solve, the more the money flows." Let me show you how my grandfather's garden wisdom completely transformed my understanding of money. This isn't just another think positive story. This is about something much deeper. Remember that garden analogy? Well, I started looking at my entire financial life through this new lens. Instead of obsessing over my bank balance every hour, I started focusing on growing my garden. I began asking myself completely different questions. Instead of, "Why don't I have enough money?" I started asking, "What problems am I solving for others?" Instead of, "How can I make quick money?" I started thinking, "How can I create lasting value?" My grandfather shared another note from his wallet that hit me hard. It said, "The size of your harvest depends on the seeds you plant today." He explained how most people want the fruits without planting any seeds. They want wealth without first creating value. But here's what really changed everything. I started seeing money as a result rather than a goal. Just like water naturally flows to nurture a well-tended garden, money naturally flows toward value creation. This wasn't just philosophy. This was practical wisdom from someone who had built wealth from nothing. I discovered that my entire approach had been backward. I was like someone standing in a garden with a watering can, desperately trying to water dead soil where I'd never planted anything. No wonder nothing was growing. My grandfather then showed me his business ledger from 1982. But instead of focusing on the numbers, he pointed to the margins. In them, he'd written down every problem he solved for his customers, every value he added to his community. The money columns were just a natural result of those actions. Let me show you exactly how to apply my grandfather's garden wisdom to transform your relationship with money. These aren't just abstract ideas. These are practical steps you can start taking today. First, start planting your seeds. Instead of obsessing over quick money, focus on developing valuable skills. Just like a garden needs good soil, your financial life needs a strong foundation. Start learning one new skill each month that can help you create value for others. Next, implement what I call the Value First system. Before making any financial decision, ask yourself, am I creating value, or am I just chasing money? My grandfather showed me how his most profitable years weren't when he focused on profits. They were when he focused on solving bigger problems for his customers. Then, create your growth zones. Just like a garden needs different areas for different plants, your financial life needs multiple streams of value creation. Start with your main skill, then branch out into related areas where you can solve problems for others. Here's what transformed everything for me. I started keeping what I call a value journal. Every evening, I write down 3 ways I created value for others that day. Some days, it's through my work. Other days, it's through helping someone solve a problem. This simple practice keeps me focused on growing my garden, instead of just counting the water. Let me show you exactly how to transform your relationship with money forever. These aren't just theoretical ideas. These are actionable steps that will completely change how you think about and interact with money. First, create your belief audit. Take out a journal and write down every single thought you have about money for the next 3 days. Don't judge your thoughts. Just record them. Look for patterns like money is scarce or rich people are bad. These thoughts are literally programming your financial reality. Next, implement what I call the abundance journal. Every night before bed, write down 3 ways money helped you today. Maybe it provided a meal, a warm home, or the ability to help someone else. This simple practice rewires your brain to see money as an ally rather than an enemy. Then, establish your replacement system. For every limiting belief you identified, create a new, empowering belief to replace it. For example, instead of, "I'll never have enough," money flows to me easily. Instead of, "Money is hard to earn," there are endless opportunities to create value and earn money. Instead of, "Rich people are bad," "Wealth allows me to make a positive impact." Now create your financial vision board. Write a detailed letter to your future self, describing your ideal relationship with money. Be specific about how it feels to have a healthy relationship with money, what actions you're taking, and how your life has transformed. Finally, implement your daily mindset ritual. Spend 5 minutes each morning reviewing your new money beliefs. This isn't about positive thinking. It's about rewiring your brain's deep-seated programming about money. Let me show you exactly what happened when I started applying my grandfather's garden wisdom to money. After 90 days, the transformation was incredible. That first month was eye-opening. Just by shifting my focus from chasing money to creating value, unexpected opportunities started appearing. A colleague asked me to help with their project, something that would have never happened when I was obsessed with just making quick money. By month 2, the transformation became even more apparent. Started getting referrals from satisfied clients, developed 3 new valuable skills, created my first digital product, built meaningful connections at networking events, started seeing problems as opportunities. Month 3, that's when everything clicked. Remember my grandfather's note about water flowing where attention grows? It proved absolutely true. The more I focused on solving problems and creating value, the more naturally money started flowing toward me. But here's what's really incredible. By month 6, my entire relationship with money had transformed. I wasn't just making more, I was creating more value. Every financial decision came from a place of growth rather than scarcity. Every opportunity was evaluated based on the value it could create, not just the money it could make. The biggest win wasn't even about the numbers. For the first time in my life, I felt peaceful about money. That constant anxiety about finances? Gone. That fear about the future? Vanished. That obsession with my bank balance? Completely disappeared. I finally understood that true wealth comes from the value you create, not just the money you make. Listen, I'm not sharing this story because I've become some millionaire overnight. I'm sharing it because my grandfather's simple wisdom about money and gardens changed everything about how I view wealth and success. Remember how this story started? Me sitting in that coffee shop, complaining about money to my grandfather? That person feels like a stranger now. Not because I suddenly got rich, but because I finally understood that money isn't something you chase. It's something you attract by creating real value. Here's what I want you to do right now. Yes, right now. Take out your phone, open your Notes app, write down one problem you could solve for others. Just one, because that's your first seed. That's where your garden begins. Remember, every mighty oak started as a single seed. 1 month from now, you'll either be exactly where you are, chasing money, feeling frustrated, focusing on what you lack, or you'll be building your own garden of value, watching your seeds grow into something amazing. The choice is yours. But remember what my grandfather said. Money is like water in a garden. It flows where attention grows. Your attention determines your direction. Your focus shapes your future. Your journey to a new relationship with money starts today. Right now, let's grow together. If this video opened your eyes to a new way of thinking about money, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and join our Prosper family. We're all about sharing real wisdom that creates real change. Drop a comment below, sharing what seed you're planning to plant first. I read every comment and love hearing your growth stories. Hit that notification bell to make sure you never miss our next video about building lasting wealth and success. Until next time, this is Prosper, helping you build a richer life, one valuable seed at a time.